Hello, my YouTube viewers. This is Moogle847, and I decided to leave you all a very nice Easter present for you. Okay? Now, I am not going to do this all the time. This is going to be a special thing just for you guys, all 6 of you. Yes, I've actually grown. Maybe we'll make 10 by the end of next month. Anyway, but like I said, this is going to be a special thing, alright? I just don't want to do this too often because I don't want to risk having my YouTube channel hit, alright, guys? Because especially when I've got like just like a few people out of the billions on the earth that actually look at my channel, you just don't want to suddenly get shut up, alright? So, um, anyway, I also wanted to kind of do my Batman features, my Batman movies before I did this. And, had a very busy week, didn't really get a chance to. But I did just get back from seeing Batman v Superman. And oh my god, guys, yes, I got my awesome looking posters. Look at that. That's awesome. Oops. Got him kind of. There we go. So, I like it. By the way, editor for those, you got arms in weird spots when you flip them over. I just wanted to point that out because the idea is it's supposed to be like, oh, well, it's this shot, then in the other angle, you got this shot, type deal. So it's like, oh yeah, you can see it's the same shot, and yeah. Didn't turn out that way, guys. Sorry. Anyway, like I said, I just got back from seeing this. And okay, first off, I liked it. I was okay with it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Now, having said that, there are still some problems that I did find with it. But I'm not going to go into them because they are spoilers. I do not want to do a spoiler video because you can pretty much watch anybody else's spoiler video and there you go. But I don't want to do that. I want you guys to go see this. Alright? I want this movie to do well because I want to see more movies with the other heroes. Now, what we got going for this movie. First off, I should say one of the ways I looked at this movie was that this is not a Superman movie. This is not a movie for Superman. This is a movie about Batman. This is the new introduction to Batman. Alright? And I am so glad when we did the previews that even though we had the Captain America Civil War trailer before this, it wasn't featured. Thank you, Marvel. You guys do have a slight conscience. Alright. Now, Batman versus Superman. Because, yeah. I understand why you guys did that. Just because, V can also mean versus. And also makes it look like it's a carrot that points down to where it says Dawn of Justice. Ah, we're doing Justice League, guys. Yeah, you know what? I get what you did there, but, Hey, my cat's running around. Alright. So, like I said, Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. You've got a whole thing about... Bye, cat. You got a whole thing about Bruce Wayne showing a little bit of his backstory, and by a little bit I mean let's watch the Waynes get gunned down and this crap again. Finding the Batcave. Yeah, we know this. We got it, guys. Thank you. Of course, I do like the cinematography. It was actually nice on that one. But then you get to the fun, and I am talking about the stuff where you get the what was it? You get you see the stuff with Batman, and you even see like a whole thing on Bruce Wayne there in Metropolis when Doomsday, or not Doomsday, try that again. When Zod happened. Oh my god. You watched as Wayne Tower gets demolished. And this sets Batman off because a lot of his workers are dead. Injured, whatever. And it's like, yeah. That is a good enough reason for that man to be like, no. No. And I like this, even though this movie really does try to paint the idea that even though Superman's trying to do the right thing, that there are people that hate him for it. Well, that sounds like half the internet right there. He's a guy that believes in truth, justice, the American way. We hate him. Why? Anyway. All that, and everyone's like, oh, he's too powerful. Well, that's true, but haven't you always been that kid that used to pretend you're like, oh, I got this superpower, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Oh, look at that, I'm better than you. That's what happened with Superman. Sorry, guys. Anyway, but what ended up happening with this, you had this whole thing on, this whole idea is like, you're just seeing how Superman is trying his best to make sure that he's doing whatever he can to help people, and that he wants to be accepted still. And so it's still in the essence of how the first movie felt. He's still trying his best to fit into humanity and has a hard time doing it. And it's like, thank you, Zack Snyder and the writers of this set of movies understand Superman. They understand the character. Thank you. I am so glad that happened. Kind of wish you'd picked your stories a little better, because this really was a hodgepodge. Now, okay, let's go into, I'm going to go ahead and go into what I really, or some of the stuff that I really enjoyed. First off, the acting. Henry Cavill as Superman, good. However, for some reason, whenever he does this, like, sad kind of pouty face, it always seems like his left eye droops. I don't know why. Maybe just trick of the camera, I don't know. Or just the way he's holding his head at the time. But, yeah, like I said, it is what it is, but I still, at least with this movie, I could see the Superman colors. It felt like the way Superman should be. It's still a very dark movie, though, but like I said, I'm going to consider this a Batman movie. This is not Superman, this is Batman. But, Ben Affleck as Batman. A lot of people had concerns, and at first I was like, well, okay, interesting casting choice, but we'll see what he does with the character. Because every actor has a different take on Batman. From the Adam West, to the Michael Keaton, to the Val Kilmer, to the George Clooney attempting. Yeah. Sorry. And then the Christian Bale, which I still was okay with it. I mean, even the Kevin Conroy Batman, it's every Batman or every person that does Batman. Of course, I also think Bruce Greenwood's interpretation is pretty good too. But every single time I see a Batman film, I always think of like, okay, what are they going to bring new to this? How are they going to reinterpret this character? And Ben Affleck's interpretation, I think, was probably one of the best I have ever seen. I mean, because seriously, like all the fighting, the way he uses the tools he has, which, yes, even includes guns. But you know what? Who says Batman can't use guns? Because guess what? He freaking does. Every so often. And, I mean, hell, even the original comics, when Batman first started, he had a gun. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the gun. Now, let's see what else we got here. Gal Gadot, however the hell it's pronounced. I think it's Gadot. Anyway, so Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Okay. Like I said, once again, kind of like Ben Affleck. Interesting choice. and she makes it her own and actually does a pretty damn good job. I like it. I like the way they used her powers. I mean, hell, they even had the lasso, and they made it so the lasso glows. It's like, dude. And when it's sitting there on her waist, nothing. So, go lay down, cat. Go on. Anyway, so you got that going. You got, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Alright, so you got that. You then have this whole thing where you got, let's see, who's the next character I want to talk about? Oh, yes. Lex Luthor. Let's talk about Lex. Okay, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. He is as crazy as he seems in the trailers. And by God, he is. I mean, I like the way he did it. I mean, it's a very new take on it. Go. Anyway, I like the take on it. The only bad thing is, whoever did this, or wrote this all out, needs to work on their motivation as to why he's doing this. I mean, granted, by the end you kind of figure out why he's doing this, but at the same time, you kind of might want to flesh that out a little better. But, yeah, that was kind of fun. See, who else we do? Well, we also had the cameos by the other superheroes for like a minute here and there. And, okay. By the way, editor, your choices of edits are really freaking weird. So yeah. Whatever on that one. Especially one scene that Bruce never brings up again. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that alone. But yeah, I'm gonna stay away from spoilers if I can. The other thing I've got to address, and I am so sad I have to address this, and that is something that we did see in the second to last trailer. Yes, I am talking of Doomsday. Okay, what do I have to say on this character? First thing I have to say, they have a cave troll. Thank you, Lord of the Rings. Second thing, I'm still gonna call this thing Doomsday version 2.0, but it's not the true Doomsday. There is a reference in there that makes me almost feel like they could still have the true Doomsday in there eventually. But, yeah. We're not even going to bother with that. So, that's kind of fun. What else is there to say? I mean, like I said, it is still fun to see Henry Cavill trying to be Superman, and I do feel like he gets Superman. He knows how to act Superman. See, and, I mean, all the rest of the cast did pretty darn good. I liked a lot of what I saw in there. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed this movie. I am just doing my damnedest not to do any spoilers, okay? But, having said that, some other things that I did notice. Music was really fun. I loved this one music cue. It's Lex Luthor walking through a lab. And the music is done just right. I mean, I haven't had music cues like this in a long time. When I heard this, I'm like, I see what you did there. Good job. And it was literally this drum beat that's going with his footsteps. And I'm like, oh God, that is great. Thank you. So that was cool. And then you've got the piece of music that they use for Wonder Woman, and it's absolutely freaking awesome. I loved it. The piece they did for Batman, it's okay. But then again, I almost get the feeling that with Hans Zimmer doing this, he was trying his best to distance himself from the Dark Knight trilogy, which is understandable. But at the same time, you're sitting there going, yeah, I think you had something a little with this that feels like it would have gone real well with this. But, it's one of those deals. If they had thrown in the original music from, Dark Knight into there for the Batman sequences, everyone would be sitting there like, wait, where's Christian Bale? So, I'm okay with that. But yeah, I do believe that this movie really does need to be given a chance. All right, like I said, I enjoyed it. I saw the comic cues. I love a lot of the ideas they did. Like I said, when it came to Doomsday, the idea that he gets more powerful the more he fights, or the longer he fights and the more he absorbs. Yeah, okay, I'm down with that. I like it. But I do kind of agree Doomsday is a little early, but then again, I don't see Toyman doing very well in this. I don't see, like... Oh, hello, cat. Uh, there's my cat, Grace. She's over there, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway. Good job, cat. You're cleaning yourself on the TV. Bye, cat. Alrighty. You may have just helped my viewership by another person. Good job. Anyway, so, as I was saying, like I said, I feel this movie... I feel this movie is... deserves a chance. And I do want to see more of these movies come out. I want to see this happen. But, like I said, we'll have to see what DC does. I do feel there's a little damage control going on. And, speaking of damage control, there was a Ghostbusters trailer in the front of the new Ghostbusters film. Or in front of this film, rather. And, much better. Thank you. You have to see if I can find that so I can watch it again. But, I almost feel like it was the international trailer just done a little better. But I enjoyed it. It actually felt a little better. Thank you. So, as I was saying, though, Batman vs. Superman, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Go see it, guys. Alright, I want to know that this movie can be something better. And, yeah, that's all I really got to say. Like I said, hopefully we'll get more of these in. And, like I said, don't get used to me doing these like this, because I get worried that my channel's going to get hit, and I don't want to take that chance most of the time. But for this time, just because, especially since it's Easter, like I said, happy Easter, guys. And, hey, you guys have a good one. Alright, talk to y'all later.